So, myself and Colin, 183 episodes in. It is my theme pick today, sir. Long-termed RPGs. You think that's a proper name for this thing?
I think so. I mean, there's a shitload of games attached to each series that we're covering.
That is the idea, and obviously, if you listened to the last one, last podcast episode last month, it is based on a game you recently got, and it got me interested in two series that I have never tried. So the idea behind this theme was I try out both games because they're two games that involve a lot of different spin-offs, continuations, sequels. It's like there's a lot. There's a lot to break down between the two
Yeah.
games. And this was kind of like the beginning of them, quote unquote, at least in English terms, right? To see if the series are worth continuing or looking into better games, similar games. That was the idea that I had coming into this. One game heavily disappointed, the other game overachieved. So I'll let you think about that while we
Okay.
bullshit before we get there. What about you? You have any teases or hints between the two? Because you got one of them, a more recent one, and I know you've played the other series. So what was your perspective going into this?
I went into one of them blind, and of course, mostly blind. I kind of knew what it was all about beforehand, just with like the mechanics and gameplay. The other one was a recommendation from a friend. Just start at the very beginning, and I kind of played it while I was bored at work all the way through to the end. But I still haven't played any of the sequel games to it just yet.
Ah, so I thought going into this I was gonna pick like an Ease game, but we've played those before, and I generally like the Ease series. I like a lot of those games. I still haven't played the most recent one. I want it for the Switch. I might just wait to get it for the Switch 2 at this point, or the next iteration of the series. So this was, again, this was two long-term game series that I've never played before, and it really piqued my interest. In the more YouTube videos I looked up, reading about them, tried out the two games. Obviously, I spent one of them. I spent nothing because I could just download it via my goofy handhelds that I got at the beginning of the year, which is my favorite purchase I've made in a while. And then the other was only $9. I found a really good deal, so I spent like no money on this, which is very nice. I'm spending more money as on oysters and crabs and clams right now. I'm fucking in a seafood kick, and I love it. uh, I also went shucking for clams and quahogs here in Rhode Island this weekend.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's basically like $10 to enter the beach, and I came out with like 30 30 between 30 and clams and quahogs, mostly quahogs. They're fucking easy to find here in Rhode Island, very abundant. Hell, Family Guy, quahog, Rhode Island, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Dave the Diver in real life.
Well, not to that extent. I don't gotta worry about sea people and
Or Godzilla.
yeah, or Godzilla. Yeah, very very apt. Oh man, I did catch a fish though, so I'm gonna cook some of that after we podcast. I've been looking forward to that all day for that dinner. Okay, Colin, I'll tell you what I've been playing really quick. Besides
Okay.
Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and just a fucking host load of side quests and trying to boost up my uh, hearts, essentially. I need to boost up armor, like badly. I get one hit kill way too often. I have to basically be perfect in this game at this point. So I gotta do that. I gotta get some good armor and stuff and basically farm in a Zelda game, which again, this is why I still think Breath of the Wild is superior to Tears of the Kingdom. There's not a lot of big entry point or barriers that I have to constantly overcome in that game compared to Tears of the Kingdom. I think Tears of the Kingdom is a deeper game, but I don't think it's a better game. Does that make sense?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff involved with like crafting all the different
Oh,
vehicles and
so
weapons.
there was a side quest that I was supposed to do at the start of this fucking game,
Oh boy.
or at least near the start. Totally missed it. It goes down. You beat Tears of the Kingdom, right? Or got close to it?
Yeah, I've beaten it.
Okay. The auto craft mechanic,
Yeah.
I just got it. I didn't know that was a thing because I just never went to that like part of the town. I just
Oh
never
yeah.
saw it. And then I looked up a YouTube video for side quests you have to do, and this was one of them. I'm like, oh my god, are you kidding me? Because I've been building. This is why the building thing has been so something I actively avoid in the game. Because
Yeah.
it's like so time consuming most of the time to contract some of these things.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh, I could make a blimp in 2 seconds. Oh, that would have been nice to have like 40 hours ago.
Oh
Oh,
no.
jeez, yeah. Because I also just never did the underworld thing. I went there like once, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm just maybe I need to like get some stuff later in order to trek this better. And nope, I could have just explored and did some things, but I just never like did it basically. So that was like the key thing and key aspects. And now the game is like really opened up, and I go, see, Breath of the Wild, I never came across anything that stunted my growth or became an issue later in the game. This has happened to me in Tears of the Kingdom a lot. More
Oh
often than
jeez.
it probably should for the usual gamer.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Uh, Now, one aspect I'll admit to just pure stubbornness, and that was the whole combining weapons aspects, like combining items into a weapon. I was still in like Breath of the Wild thinking, where that just, I don't need to do that, whatever. And then it's like, oh, combine this and this, and all of a sudden these enemies aren't impossible to beat or really tough. So that was just me being stubborn and making the game more difficult than it had to be.
Ah.
I'll admit that one. And then I played the first Pocky and Rocky game on the Super Nintendo, just randomly busted that out, beat that. That was enjoyable. Uh, that was like an hour or two. Um, Not sure I'll add it to the game tracker per se, but and then I'm back into the Cotton series as well. So I'm into like the run and gun shoot 'em up deals right now because they're just nice and quick, and I have to think of nothing in the long term. And in the midst of
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
these two RPG games, they were just really nice distractions. And Zelda, like this is the second straight Zelda game I'm playing this year, so uh, like the Cotton series, I really enjoy. It's probably my favorite shoot 'em up series. If I was to pick like one game or genre, I'm currently playing Cotton 2, which I didn't really understand the whole gather an enemy up and turn them into a projectile aspect of the game. I finally got it, and now the game's like unbelievably deep and fun. I really enjoy Cotton 2, and so much so that Strictly Limited Games had a deal going on where it's like buy one, get one 50% off. So I got the Pocky and Rocky Enshrined uh, sequel, physical copy, and Cotton Fantasy. I got physical copy, so that's coming in the mail. Those will be my next two games in the series. I still got to play Cotton. It's like Saturn Tribute or something, and then Pocky and Rocky 2. So I'm just kind of slowly going through the series there. That's what I've been up to, Colin. And then I mentioned Jade Cocoon on the anime podcast, so you can guys can go listen to that. It was just a simple, just I've started playing it. I was in the mood. I bought it for $30, good deal. I've seen it for 60 for forever, so I just got it. playing it on the PS1. So the retro gaming is very much what I'm into right now over, say, the PS5.
Nice.
How about yourself?
Well, for the past 4 days, I've been on a camping trip with family.
So obviously you
Uh,
brought your Game Boy with the little light attached to it, and you played a lot of Pokemon Red. Am I projectiling my childhood here?
Possibly. I mean, I did bring my Switch,
Okay, all right.
but I kept it out of view of my nephews because
Why?
my brother didn't want the trip to be about playing on the Nintendo the entire time.
Ah, come on.
So,
That's what camping is. You have your Nintendo or Sega Game Gear, and you also fish.
well, we did fish.
See?
I I caught a sunfish, but the rest of those fish were crafty bastards. Kept
Yep.
grabbing the worm right off the hook.
Where'd you go, by the way?
We went to a place called Valens. It's close to Cambridge.
Ah, okay. All right. Whenever I went fishing, I always went to like Northern Ontario.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that was always great. Because a lot of people I met were like from Barrie or went there for college or some shit, and they're like, "Oh, we're going back. We're going fishing." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll tag along."
Nice.
Yeah, not ice fishing. I'll never do that. That is the most overrated. Like, unless you're in one of those like $1 million shacks.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I'm talking about?
yep, just in the cabins that are on the ice,
Right. Like
sawing
that's
a
a whole
hole in the
different
ice.
experience than the classic run of the mill. There's a piece of wood that's around you, and you drill the hole in the ice, and you're fucking dying on Lake Superior trying to fish for anything. No, that is a horrible, miserable experience. That is not fun, Colin. No, ice fishing. No, no, no. If you have to make this thing where it's essentially a hotel that you're staying in order to do the thing, I think the thing is supposed to be for people that are desperate for food, and that's just where they live.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Man, got a little angry there.
You seem to take it personally.
Look, that experience in Upper Michigan in college, where it was a few people in the geology program, and they're from like Minnesota and Upper Michigan and all this and Wisconsin, and they're like, yeah, we're going ice fishing. It's a fucking blast. We'll get a lot of beer and alcohol and everything. It's like, oh, I understood why you got the alcohol. It's not because you want to get drunk and be in college. It's because you have to drink that absurd amount in order for you to forget the activity you're doing and to somehow put yourself in a stupor that you think you're warm.
Oh boy.
Like, this is not fun. I am not enjoying this. And I'm a guy who loves the snow. I love winter. I think it's super relaxing. There's a lot of activities you can do. Uh, like, now that I've gotten older, what's better than sitting in front of a fire with a nice cocktail and possibly outside, and you're like enjoying the warmth in that crisp cold? That's nice. Okay, so I'm not opposed to being out in that weather. All right, Buster.
Hey, you moved to Canada, didn't you?
I sure did voluntarily.
Yeah.
I went to college in Upper Michigan voluntarily.
Funny considering you grew up in Texas.
Well, I had to get as far away from as possible from the 110 degrees I can't touch my steering wheel or I'll suffer third degree burns weather. That's not enjoyable.
I guess not.
No. So besides the
But
camping, What did you get to play anything over the past month?
Well, I've been playing more through Expedition 33.
Okay, cool. Where are you at now?
Well, I finished to the end of Act 1, and all I
Oh,
can say is,
oh,
holy shit.
yes.
Yeah. I won't spoil for our audience, but
I don't
let's
know,
just.
man. I think with how long the game has been out now, and now that you've played it, every member of the podcast has played it. I mean, I say forewarning to the listeners right now. Skip ahead like a good few minutes. I say you
Yeah, yeah.
spoil it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Gustav dies.
Yeah.
Yep.
What'd you
It
think?
goes out in a very awesome fashion, just going down swinging. It's one of those boss fights where the the character is throwing attack after attack at
Mm-hmm.
the enemy, but doesn't make even a dent in his health bar.
So sick.
It's just yep. And
Like
then immediately
that
after,
is. I had so when Final Fantasy 7 and 8 were out when I was a kid, uh like Aerith's death was impactful for a lot of people, and like, you just don't get that in games, like really ever. Final Fantasy
well, except Legend of
16 had the had Clive dying at the end, which I was watching a live streamer just the other day, and he like was finishing it, and he was just like, "Oh my god, what's no happy ending?" Well, I mean, the world didn't die. That's the happy ending. But yeah, you're like all your main character cast is like super depressed. That was at the end. This in 33 was like just the turning point in the story,
yep.
and it really just subverted expectations super well. Like this is why I was speaking so highly of it as I was going through the game. It is right up there with like it's one of the best RPGs I've ever played. That's how highly I think of this game.
That story beat was straight out of Legend of Dragoon. It's like that's another thing. I mentioned it when we were covering Legend of Dragoon. One of
Mm-hmm.
the main characters in your party dies and then immediately gets replaced by another with a similar skill set.
Yeah, but Verso, he doesn't have a similar skill set, which is again very unique to
Yeah,
Expedition 33. You just have to learn this whole new character and his quirks, while
yeah,
this guy that really set up everything of the story and your journey is now just gone.
yeah. It's wild stuff. It's a real roller coaster ride of a story.
And how's the gameplay itself and kind of the map working out for you at this point? Because now you've experienced enough of the game, I would say.
Yeah, to lighten the mood after that gut punch, I decided to fuck around in some of the optional areas,
Okay.
since Eskia can swim now.
Yep.
And I would say said mood lightening was a success, because I managed to get to one of the gestural beaches and unlock Lune's bikini.
Oh.
Needless,
Yeah, the like 1950s French bikinis that you can get.
yep,
Yeah. Oh god. The costumes in it are fun. I like the game. I like the game in that.
yeah, yeah. I've basically finished off every single accessible optional area at this point. So now I'm gonna push forward through the battlefield. That's basically going towards where the characters want to go. So I have to wonder, given the big story twist we just experienced, I get the feeling there's going to be a twist once you get to the Paintress, where you find out that her whole deal with the yearly Gomage is actually the least bad option for humanity's fate compared to the alternative. Kind of similar to Death Stranding or Snowpiercer or Attack on Titan. I get the feeling that's where the story's going, given the tone, but that's just my theory. Don't confirm or deny anything.
Oh, I'm staying silent. I just got a big smile on my face because
Of course you do.
look, I adored the game. I adore people talking about it and playing it. Uh, there's uh there's another game coming out, I hope this year. Let me pull it up here. Uh, no, it's more along like the Dark Souls type games. It is Phantom Blade Zero is the next game I'm looking for. Lost Soul aside, I have low expectations for that game right now. Uh, I have a feeling it's not gonna do well. Uh, so there's that one. But as per a new like IP kind of deal, I think Phantom Blade Zero's kind of the next one on my list. I'm hoping is kind of in that Lies of P, Stellar Blade type region. Expedition 33 was I was hoping it was going to be that level. It exceeded that. So I it behooved me not to have that level of expectation for a game.
Makes sense.
That's high.
Yeah, so aside from podcast games, I've pretty much only been playing Expedition 33. But
Understandable.
just today in the mail, I got something I ordered from Play Asia a while ago.
Oh?
It's
Oh.
the double pack of Ever 17 and Never 7. Basically, a pair of visual novels that were written and planned by Kotaro Uchikoshi, who is the guy behind 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors.
Oh, okay. I understand now why you were attracted to this. Okay.
Yeah, I've been looking at it for a long time now, but I never could find something that I could play until recently. It got a Switch port. So I ordered that shit straight away. I mean, the packaging is all in Japanese, but I understand it has an English language an English language version on it to be able to play.
Okay.
I'm seeing the warnings for the Sero rating. One is a hand holding a knife, another is a gun, and that's under Ever 17. Whereas under Never 7, there's the Venus logo and the Mars logo linked together. So I'm guessing that's show warning about sexual content.
Mm. Okay. Interesting.
That's kind of fun. But that should be interesting once I get around to playing that. And before the cast, I showed you a trailer for a game called Maple Forest. It's an upcoming Kickstarter game, which is it's a top-down action RPG inspired by Zelda Link's Awakening and Secret of Mana. It's even got a green monochrome Game Boy style for the graphics. And the creator plans for it to be on every platform, and it's solo developed, which makes it even cooler. So what did you think of the trailer, JD?
Yeah, it's I love the little dash attack action that it's got going on. Um it certainly got my interest. Obviously with games like this I lean towards buying it for a Nintendo platform.
Absolutely.
Uh so supposedly uh this guy lives in Woonsocket, Rhode Island.
Ha!
So
That's
he's
funny.
just a hop and a skip away from me.
Nice.
Maybe I could just go pick it up myself. Like, hey, give me a copy. No, you don't need to send it to me. I'll just come and drive over and we'll have a beer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, invite him out for beers.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I let's see. It says estimated delivery June 2025.
Yeah, that's got me a little concerned. This guy may have overestimated his speed in getting this out and ready.
Yeah, so I'm not sure I'll get all in on the like physical copy and anything, but I'll certainly add it on a list for a digital, at the very least.
Yeah, it should be on Steam minimum.
Yeah. Well, no, I'd get it on the eShop or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was having some flashbacks to Shantae Half Genie Heroes trailer when the mermaid appeared.
Oh, speaking of that, Limited Run Games is coming out with Shantae Advance, an unreleased sequel, Game Boy Advanced one. I'm really
Yeah, yeah.
eyeballing that.
Yeah, I'm looking at getting the Switch version of that too.
Yeah. So I love all the Shantae games. Even the like quote unquote bad ones are still good and fun to play.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I say I play the music and
And
we talk about these
it's
two
got
games.
me
What do you say?
it's got me I was gonna say just gonna say this game Maple Forest has me thinking one of my upcoming themes. Maybe that'll be my next one after my one for the next cast. Solo development. I've got at least one game in mind that will fit the bill perfectly.
I think you should pick some ColecoVision games. All right. Now I'll play the music. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. Long-term RPGs. I explained at the top of the cast what made me pick this, and yes, it's based off of Colin buying an Atelier game, or Atelier, however you want to pronounce it. Atelier probably is the more common way to say that, right?
I've always heard Atelier, but either tomato tomato, I suppose.
Well, it is a French word, so I don't.
Yeah.
Anyways, so remind me, what Atelier game did you get?
Atelier Yumiya.
Yumiya, and that's a little more towards the sexual side, at least in terms of character designs.
Yeah. Like I said, dad ass.
Yeah. So I went back and well, there was oh, hit my mic. I apologize. Ooh, checking that out. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I would say the Atelier games, I mean, they have a very long history, and the very first entries of the series was you had a limited amount of time to beat the game, is my understanding of it.
Yeah.
And they kind of over time took that away, and a lot of it's still in Japanese. You get fan translations of it. So the game I chose was essentially the quote unquote first iterations in English or foreign languages other than Japanese. And that came down to Atelier Rorona, The Alchemist of Arland, which has come out on the 3DS, PS3, Vita, re-released on the Switch. Very easily accessible game. Okay, I played the PS3 version. I was kind of looking for more handheld for a lot of these, so you can get the 3DS and Vita. They are available out there, just much tougher to find than the console versions that you can get.
Yeah, I got the Rorona DX version on Switch because it was on sale. It was only like $22.
Yeah, so it's a very inexpensive series to get into, which is nice.
Yeah.
Which is also why I kind of wanted to play this one. When I was trying to choose a game that met the criteria of at least 15 years old, uh, it was between this and a few others. So I watched kind of this. I watched like 3 ranking videos of the Atelier series of games, and a couple of them just scored really low, and Rorona was more of the higher rated, older Atelier games. Now, the common theme, Colin, was
Yes.
the newer Atelier games, such as Yumiya, are highly rated,
Uh-huh.
and they're much more accessible to and ironed out and more interesting than the older titles. And I think after playing Rorona here, I can see why pretty
Oh, yeah,
easily.
yeah.
Because then, after delving into this for a few hours, as I did, I started playing not Yumiya, but another Atelier game, and more recent. I did not buy it. I got it through alternative means. We'll put it that way. And night and day difference between the games. Now, is it the same like CG computer based character creation of how they like do all the characters and whatnot? Yes, it's I think it's a very lazy way to create game characters and in the game engine, and like the Star Ocean series got to that point, and it's again it's lazy and not interesting. Where Atelier, in this particular case of Rorona, separates itself from that is the map of the world and the gameplay loop. Much more interesting than the laziest of RPGs. I'll look at Star Ocean, where that got to. And do you know anyone who plays Star Ocean anymore? Are they making new games of Star Ocean? The answer is no.
Yeah, yeah.
They're still making Atelier games because they took this base and made it better over time. However, because of the way I went into these two games that we're playing here, I'm very hesitant to play further Atelier games because the games are based off of an alchemy system, a gameplay loop of grinding for items and making newer items that will, or armor or weapons or what have you. Though it's the whole creation aspect to get these things to progress through the game, so just regular normal battles aren't poning your ass all the time, right? I understand the loop, and I understand how that could get better. In Rorona, however, it was incredibly boring, very tedious, and not interesting. Compound that the fact that the story and the characters are very one note bland and nothing. I did not enjoy this game at all.
Yeah, I noticed it got pretty repetitive after a while. I mean, sure, it'll occasionally keep introducing new mechanics like gardening and all the socializing with the other characters.
But
But
here's the thing. There are games that were coming out before and during this time that just do it better, like all aspects of this.
yeah,
You know,
like
Rune
Monster
Factory.
Hunter. Yeah, I was gonna say Rune Factory too.
Like all this wanted me to do is to give Rune Factory a much bigger try.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And there's so many fucking cutscenes in this beginning sequence.
it's
It's
garbage.
like at least 20 minutes before you can even do anything. Did Hideo Kojima write this?
Yeah, it's ugh, yeah. Um, and then the actual like RPG gameplay I found very lazy. Just
Yeah,
not very
it's
interesting, not very interactive. It's just click click, you're done. Like nothing really to it. No, I didn't have to think at all. Now, if that's what you like want, then sure, I guess you could like be into this, but it was simply are you stronger than the thing in front of you? Yes, you win. There's no if you're under, you just have no chance. There's just no way around it. So it's just a constant grind.
yeah, pretty much.
And then
A
I
lot of
was
time.
yeah. And I was
I
not expecting
imagine.
the visual novel aspect of this stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of dialogue scenes, and there isn't much of an overarching story.
No.
All you're doing is like doing chores between each task completion.
Yeah. I know Joey would have hated this game. I don't
Yeah,
even
for
need to
sure.
ask him. This is like almost everything he hates about games.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was very disappointed. Um, certainly doesn't make me want to play further titles, but I won't brush it off completely because there is something like there to be had to be good. Like you create a much more in-depth, interesting story, fix up the battle system more to be more interactive. These are bare minimum things, right? Especially for an RPG, you have to have an interesting story, or why are you playing the role-playing game?
Yeah, really. Yeah,
This
it's
go on.
it's gonna say ah, well, this is just like a tiny thing, but it's still really annoying. It's that in the menus, the game forces you to use the D-pad to navigate. The joystick does nothing. And that's even in the remaster.
Oh, I didn't know the remaster did that too.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Oh, and because it's a visual novel, I read this later. You have to actually
Yeah.
play the game multiple times to
Oh god.
to actually like understand all the plot. So,
Yeah, it's that kind of reminds me of Persona 3 and 4 where you had to do New Game Plus just to finish all the social links and such.
oh fuck. Yeah, but you don't need to like you can miss that. That's fine. Ugh.
And also Astrid's kind of a bitch.
Oh. That was a very common opinion of this game.
We're supposed to like her, but she's just downright insufferable.
Nah, she's no fun. Yeah. Uh fail.
Now that now a bit of a side tangent.
Oh, okay.
I actually haven't played any of Atelier, Yumiya, or Ryza these past couple of weeks. Just so you know, Ryza is another one of the more recent Atelier games.
That was the one I played.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
there's the
is
whole trilogy.
undoubtedly better.
Yeah. Now, I had to have to mention, I can't remember where I read it. I'm not even sure I even did, and maybe it was just a fever dream of mine, but I thought I remember somebody mentioning that there was an entire team on the development team dedicated to making sure Ryza's thighs were done just right.
Yes, Colin. That needs to be a thing. Obviously. Why are you questioning this? Why are you making it sound like that's a bad thing?
I'm just saying.
Okay, all right.
Although, doing a little further research, apparently they were also influenced by, get ready for this,
Uh-huh.
Japan's economic recession.
What?
Yeah. According to the series creator, the during times of economic recession, characters with more thick, voluptuous builds tend to be more popular.
Oh, yeah, the whole like medieval like go after yeah. Okay.
Go figure. But they are some damn nice thighs.
Oh boy. So,
Yeah,
do you pass or fail?
personally, I don't think I hated it as much as you. I'm gonna give it a soft pass.
Oh, you pass. Okay. It was released in summer of 2009, by the way, for those
Yeah, yeah.
wondering. Okay, the second game is The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Came out on the PSP, later released on the PS3, Vita, etc., etc. It came out in the summer of 2004, and it very much looks like it. Looks like it. There's a remake called First Chapter that was it's going to be released next month on the Switch and the PS5, which
Yeah, I heard about that.
my eyeballs are glued to that one. Um,
Cool.
Colin, I love this game.
Nice.
I really, really enjoyed it. I stopped myself from playing more. It's by Falcom, the same company that makes the Ys series. So, yeah,
Uh-huh.
good developer, make good game. What do you know, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Also, can we just get this joke out of the way? Do
okay,
you realize that the acronym for Trails in the Sky is TITS?
damn right it is. Legend of Heroes Tits. Okay,
Ironic, considering Estelle doesn't seem to be a particularly chesty character.
don't need to with legs like that, sir.
Got me there.
Okay. The gameplay in this is phenomenal. This reminded me
Yeah.
of Star Ocean Second Story, but instead of a free roaming, uh, um, like position map, it was turn based and movement in that aspect. I
Yeah.
found that super interesting. I can't think of another game off the top of my head that has this mechanic. Can you?
Uh, I think Lunar Silver Star Story had something similar. Wasn't like
Mmm.
a full-on grid, but it. I remember the characters moving around the battlefield whenever they attacked. And while it isn't like, while they're not like exactly the same, I mean, like, one's turn-based, the other is, uh, more or less real time. I was having flashbacks to Parasite Eve and Vagrant Story.
Oh, you know what? Vagrant Story. That's a good one. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, Parasite Eve was more. You were still like in front kind of situation. You couldn't move your character really.
Yeah, yeah.
Like not on a grid per se. Yeah, Parasite Eve, Star Ocean, Second Story. Yeah, you're right. You're right there. But Vagrant Story, that's a good pull. I agree with that one.
We actually reviewed that one a number of casts back, by the by,
God, that's a
for the
while ago
audience's
too.
sake. Yeah, really.
Yeah, Vagrant Story. Yeah, that was a game I wanted to. I want to go back and play that in like Xenogears.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to uh, put Xenogears into a theme.
Xeno.
Yeah, possibly. I
Yeah,
mean, we haven't done a Xenosaga game either.
have not, sir. See, I just did it for you. There we go. I love so the gameplay is great. You collect like gem things, and that goes into this shield thing, which functions as like your attributes that you can level up, and so it involves a lot of we'll call it alchemy to reference the
Yeah,
first game.
kind of reminds me of the materia from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah. Yeah, switching in and out, moving characters' attributes here and there. Building characters was very customizable. I really enjoyed that. It had a lot more thinking to it, along with the gameplay loop. So just that right there, I was in love with. And then I found the story something to get into. So I'm actually going to read the synopsis here, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
The game follows protagonists Estelle Bright and her adopted brother Joshua, who journey through the country of liberal to train. To be, are these jokes doing anything for you? To become bracers, members of a non-governmental multinational organization that act to keep the peace and protecting their adventurers that work for a guild. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. During their journey, they uncover a plot by Colonel Alan Richard, head of the country's intelligence division, to overthrow the monarchy and obtain an artifact known as the Ariel. One of 7 treasures said to be gifted to mankind by the goddess Idios. Estelle and Joshua and their allies confront Richard to foil the coup. So kind of a pseudo Final Fantasy destroy or take the sacred crystal kind of deal. You see where a lot of these like past RPGs are taken from. During the celebratory party after the incident is resolved, Joshua confronts Professor Alba, an archaeologist the party encountered throughout their quest, and accuses him of orchestrating the coup. So a good little plot twist there. Alba reveals that he is actually George Weissman, a high-ranking member of a secret society called the Ouroboros. That he was one who manipulated Richard in pursuing this thing. Weissman also states that Joshua is a former member of the society and restores his memories of his service with them. I thought that was really cool. Played this a while. Again, I had to stop myself. Otherwise, I was going to just do this and then forget about Zelda, forget about all the other things. This was great. I loved every aspect of the plot twists. I love how our main character, Joshua, has this, like, trial of self-being, of who he is and who he's been with and who he was before. So in fear of endangering Estelle, Joshua decides to leave in order to take on this group by himself. And of course, he's actually in love with his stepsister. Take that for what it's worth. Modern porn.
They've only lived together for 5 years.
Look, bro.
See it as
Look, dude. Yeah, and he drugs her ass, so she couldn't follow him.
Yep, he kisses her and slips her a sleep drug.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, it's a video game. I don't have to like worry about Bill Cosby over here or anything, right?
They're the same age, man. It's not the same thing.
It is not the same thing. Still not consensual, but you get the idea. Look, this was great. I enjoyed every aspect of this. It had gameplay loop like front mission / vagrant story. It had an intriguing RPG. I still think Expedition 33 was like way better because that's the most unique thing I've experienced in ages. This was obviously a lot of plot elements and twists and turns taken from RPGs of the past. Very much kind of like a Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6 era kind of deal. But look, those are good games to base it off of, and it had its own elements and characters and plot devices that you could still see this as its own entity. And after playing this, I want to continue playing this and potentially continue to play more of the series. I am going to now wait for Trails in the Sky First Chapter to release next month. I will get that for the Switch. Along with the Switch 2 that I have saved for, since now they're finally popping up in stores here and there that you can actually just buy the console before, trying to get lucky online kind of deal, or pull it from a scalper. You can get one, say, at Walmart, Target. Just go to the brick and mortar stores, and they'll eventually be there. This is gonna be one of my first Switch 2 purchases, Colin. Is Trails in the Sky First Chapter. I'm into this. Highly recommend. Easy pass for me. Now tell me what you thought about the game now that I've like gushed about this so much.
I have played and beaten it before. In fact, I actually played it on my Vita the entire time. Just whenever I had downtime at work when I was working for that air charter company.
Oh, I
I would just
wonder. Okay, yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, I remember actually talking about it with you guys
Yeah.
before. And I kind of have, I mean, I like the game overall, but I have some mixed feelings about it because I honestly found most of the plot to be kind of weak. It's like it felt like most of the cutscenes and story beats were based around world building and exposition more than forwarding a plot per se. Sure, there are character interactions between Estelle and Josh, and But yeah, it's the last hour of the game where we're getting all those revelations about Joshua's past. That's when things really get interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And it ends on a cliffhanger because Josh has fucked off to who knows where.
Got to play that
And
sequel, bro.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I have it in my GOG library, but I haven't gotten around to playing it yet. It's like a lot of seems like with the Trails series, it everything has a continuity. It's like people have compared it to the MCU. Like every single game, whether it's Trails of Cold Steel, Trails Through Daybreak, and all that, connects back to Trails in the Sky in some form or fashion. You'll see plenty of the characters that appeared in it having an influence of some kind. And looking at my old notes here, I remember writing down that the dialogue sequences felt really long-winded and tedious to get through, and they kind of it was like the developers were writing it more to preempt potential plot holes than actually show characters interacting. Just like I imagine them thinking, "See, we addressed the potential plot hole. Happy now." Just didn't feel entirely organic to me. And it took me 51 hours to beat it. How long did it take,
How
or
long?
how long did you play? 51 hours.
Yeah, I only played like 15 or so.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I was playing it on my nice, neat little handheld device, just in and out of work. So over the past month, just been picking at it over time. It added up after a while.
Yeah, it's like once you get to the big twist at the end and the conclusion, it felt like the developers and writers were saying, "Now the real story begins." And I saw this one YouTuber saying that the pacing in the first Trails in the Sky may have been slow, but once you but the sequel actually really hits the ground running apparently. So maybe I'll get back into it there. I mean, I don't feel like I wasted my time on it. It had fun gameplay and the characters were entertaining enough. Although it seems to be one of those anime stories where you have the main female has an attractive design and yet in universe nobody considers her very attractive.
Oh.
Oh, she's so plain looking or not feminine enough. Yeah, think Lucy from Fairy Tale or Cat from Gravity Rush. But yeah, this is nowhere near the level of tedium of something like Dot Hack Sign,
No.
which completely wasted my time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it overall. It wasn't as repetitive as something like Atelier Rorona. It at least felt like it was advancing in some form or fashion, no
Yeah,
matter
I
how
never.
slowly.
I mean, it was certainly a good RPG to play in spurts. Maybe I'd have a similar opinion to you if I was playing it more conventionally. uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I could see that. Yeah, um, I think it was missing. Besides the gameplay, I think it was missing a lot of originality in terms of story and characters and story beats. So, are you passing it? I assume you are, since you have
Yeah,
beat it.
yeah, overall, I'd say I passed it. I mean, this is the setup game, and I think the two sequels will be the payoff games, story wise, anyway.
Okay. All right. So our two games were Atelier Rorona and Legends of the Heroes Tits. Um, I'm gonna come out and say this. I thought Atelier Rorona is a D rank, and Legend of the Heroes Trails in the Sky is an A rank. Obviously, you know which one I like more.
Yeah, I'm actually giving Atelier Rorona a C.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't feel like it was a total waste of time, and it kind of made me want to pick up Ryza and Yumiya. I mean, Yumiya at the very least is supposed to have more emphasis on plot
Okay.
and
Well, then the game like
combat.
did its purpose for what this cast was supposed to do for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It was a deterrent for me. So our rankings make sense.
yeah. So yeah, I give Rorona a C, and I give Trails in the Sky a B. So yeah, I think I might uh, pick up the sequel of Trails in the Sky after the cast. Let you know how that goes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for me because if I play the remake, then would I go back and play the sequel that's a downgrade mechanically and visually? I suppose it's like recent enough that when did the sequel come out? Let's see.
Like 2011?
Yeah, that's recent enough where it won't make that big a difference to me. See, it's Trails in the Sky SC is the sequel.
Yeah, it says it came out in 2006.
So it was 2 years later, came out on the PSP,
Although it didn't
Vita, PS3. Okay.
though it didn't come out in English until 2015
Ah. What the hell did that come
due
out
to
of
the
then?
large amount of text necessary to translate and localize, according to Wikipedia.
Okay, let's see. So what is it out in English? Well, I guess if it's on the PSP in English, I could just play it that way, even if it's a
I should.
fan translated copy.
It has it says it has a high definition port in PlayStation 3 and a remaster on Vita.
But
And
only
like
in
I said, I
Japan.
have a Windows version on GOG.
Okay, that's okay. The English version is only on PC.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. So maybe I can find a translated version for the PSP and I can just play it like I did this one.
Yeah. Also, I feel like we're a bit remiss to not mention the one dominatrix lady in Trails in the Sky.
Well, you can't not have that kind of character when the acronym is TITS,
I know, right?
obviously. Okay. So, Colin, you have the next theme pick. What is it?
It is Back from the Dead. And we're going to be covering one of my all-time favorites. One of my all-time favorite games, plus a game I've had my eye on for a while, but for reasons that will become obvious, I never got around to playing. It's a Sega Saturn game. That's
Excellent.
why.
Do I have that? Let me check. Let me check real quick. I don't think I do. I don't. I believe I
Yeah, I hear
have. Yes, I do
it's pretty
have the other one.
expensive.
Okay. So I'm half good right now. Although I do have a way to play Saturn games now. The technology exists
Nice.
now. So, all right.
Ah, nice.
That does it for this episode, Colin. It's been good. See you next time.
Bye now.